We got a fun one for you guys today. I did this video last year and I enjoyed it a lot, so we're going to do it again this year. Today we're doing a mock draft, but you can see on the screen, you're like, Jared, where are you picking today? Not there, not there, there. We're picking at pick 22, a 22-man PPR mock draft, but that's not it. If you look at these little arrows, we're not even doing stake. I am drafting at the last pick of every single round in a 22-man mock draft, and I'm going to see how good of a team I can get. It's a fun little idea I did last year. I enjoyed it, so we're doing it again. We're going to go ahead and start up the draft. It's going to be tough. I'm going to be drafting some tough players once we get into the later rounds, but I'm going to see how good of a team I can build if I pick last in every single round. Pick 22 in every single round. Let's just see what kind of team I can build. It's going to be tough, so we're going to have to make sure we be really smart with our picks, and we're going to have to really be smart with positions. We can't overload on one position. So looking up first on the clock. Now, this is a tough one. We're looking at between Waddle and Pollard, but normally I would take Waddle just because I love Waddle's upside and I think he's an incredible player. But when we're picking at 22, we're going to have a very thin roster, and I don't know if I can risk this Jalen Waddle injury. It sounds like he's no long-term concern, but is it worth taking that risk? Yes. I just changed my whole mind because Tony Pollard's a Cowboy, so that automatically knocks him down a little. And Jalen Waddle has that upside to have these boom weeks, and I'm going to need that on this team because I'm not going to have a lot of depth, so I'm going to need someone who can put up 30 points in a week. So we're going to take Jalen Waddle. I need these high upside players because, like I said, we're not going to have much depth, so I need those high upsides. So we're going to take Jalen Waddle. I was probably going to go Tony Pollard, but I changed myself mid-mind. That's why I do these videos. You guys can kind of see the thought process going on in my head, just how I think of these picks and want to be as smart as possible. Coming back up, there's going to be a lot of best player available, and quarterbacks are going to be tough. I'm not ready to take a quarterback yet, I don't think. But quarterback's going to be tough. It is a 22-man league. Just one quarterback, but we could be scraping the bottom of the barrel for quarterback, but at the same time, we could miss out on even a starting receiver. So it's tough. Tight end I'm not too worried about because I think I can get some good young tight ends late. So I'm not going to worry about trying to take a tight end. So for me, this running back market is not the highest of that. I think I'm going to wait one more round for running back. I think we either go Amari Cooper or we take Justin Fields because, like I said, I'm going to take Justin Fields for the same reason I just took Jalen Waddle. That upside is something I'm going to need on this team. And quarterbacks in a 22-man league get bumped up a little bit more in value because there's going to be even less guys available. When you're in a 12-man league, everyone can have two quarterbacks, and that's still only 24 quarterbacks. Everyone in this team has one, and that's 22. You start getting everyone has two quarterbacks, people are drafting backups. So you got to kind of think about it that way. Now we definitely need a running back. I am not waiting until I'm not waiting until the 88th overall pick to get my first running back. So I need a running back here. I like Cam Akers and Rachaad White. It's between one of those two dudes. This one's actually pretty hard just because they're both awful offenses. So you're kind of just taking which one you like better in the offense. I think Rachaad White has a better chance of receptions, and I do like him, but does Baker ever throw a check down? So I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and just take Cam Akers here. That one was a tough one. Let me know who you would pick between Rachaad White and Cam Akers. I have them very similar, both lead backs on bad teams, kind of their backfield. We'll see. Cam Akers has probably shown more. Rachaad White has higher PPR upside, so you can kind of go either which way. We're going back up. Kind of can go running back or receiver here, kind of put myself in a nice position. Receivers are the ones available, so we're going to go receiver. And this dude's staring me in the face. I'm just going to take him. Jahan Dotson is going to ball this year. He scored a touchdown in their preseason game. He's been looking great in camp. You saw if you watched when Howell played the last game of the season against the Cowboys last year, Jahan Dotson balled. Him and Sam Howell have a nice little connection. I know Terry McLaurin's their number one, but Jahan Dotson number two. Jahan Dotson could get more receptions than Terry, and Terry gets more yards, something like that. But Dotson's going to ball. I definitely like that pick. Now we definitely need another running back. This is one where normally you can stack up and get guys later, but just with how this draft is, I need to make sure I get a good starting lineup before I worry about any of depth. So we're going to go running back again. And one of my starting running backs is going to be Khalil Herbert or Jerick McKinnon. This is going to be good. Does anyone know how this is going between Khalil Herbert and Donta Foreman? I have no idea who's going to get the start there. I do have Fields already. So maybe I don't go with... I think I might just take... I don't know if I want to take Jerick McKinnon. He's such a risk because like there's a chance Jerick McKinnon just isn't involved at all. I need to just take Khalil Herbert. I don't necessarily want the Chicago duo, but I don't want a lot of stuff in this draft. It's a tough draft for a reason, but Khalil Herbert at least is out of those guys one that I know is going to get carries. So that's what I need. I got some high upside dudes in Waddle and Field. I need dudes who I know are going to be playing. And Herbert, I know. Look at this. We're getting defenses drafted in the 7th round. Not 7th, 6th round. We're getting defenses drafted in the 6th round. This is just how this draft goes. I think I need to take another running back here. Make sure tight ends are still doing fine. They're not actually doing fine. I'm going to go ahead and take my tight end here just to make sure I have one and get Sam Laporta. So I make sure I have a tight end. He's a starting tight end for Detroit. All tight ends did very well in Detroit's system last year. Laporta is going to be the starter. They loved him coming out. I like that. Now I got my starting lineup set except for my flex position, and it's just about getting more. So probably going to go receiver here. Fill that flex with a receiver. And then we can start looking forward, looking at who's available. We got Rashee Rice. Maybe Rondale Moore. That offense is going to be awful. I don't know if I really want part of that. Mingo I like as an upside dude. I don't know if I want him as my starter. Romeo Doubs I do like. Or Nico Collins is another dude who's going to be probably number 1 receiver for the Texans. Looking at what I need for this team, I might go Jonathan Mingo just because I think he's going to start, but he also has that upside. Whereas like Nico Collins is going to start, but I don't know how much upside Nico Collins has. Whereas I'm going to take Jonathan Mingo because I think he's going to start, but he also has some incredible upside. There's a really good track record. That first receiver taken on early day 2 has had a really good track record. I mean, we're talking Jonathan Mingo. We're talking T. Higgins. We're talking Michael Pittman. You know, we've had a lot. We're talking Christian Watson last year. We're talking a lot of really good receivers taken top of day 2. Hopefully Jonathan Mingo is that next one. You're going to have some good production. Now, back up on the clock. We got our starting lineup. It's just about running back and receiver depth. That's what we're trying to build here. Running back depth is going to be tough. We're getting backups at this point. You're not getting a starter. And out of these backups, I like Jerome Ford the most. He's hurt right now. I know you guys probably could say this dude just drafted Jerome Ford in the 8th round of a fantasy draft. Yes, but it's not any 8th round. We taking Jerome Ford because he's the backup to Nick Chubb. If Nick Chubb gets hurt, Jerome Ford is going to be like a top 15 running back in those weeks that he plays without Nick Chubb. So I think he's a great depth piece and a dude who could get a lot more work if anything were to happen to Nick Chubb. He might even get work with Nick Chubb. We saw like Kareem Hunt get a lot of reps with Nick Chubb. Who knows if Jerome Ford, probably not get as much as Kareem Hunt got, but still gets some work, hopefully. I'm not taking the risk on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I know you guys are looking at him right there. I'm probably going to take some more receiver depth. And out of this receiver depth, there's one person staring me in the face, and it is Alec Pierce, who's probably going to be receiver 2 for this Colts offense, who I think is really good, but he excels down the field. And with Matt Ryan last year, they just weren't able to throw the ball downfield. So I think this year with Anthony Richardson, his ability to extend plays and chuck the ball deep, I think Alec Pierce can be really good. And I'm really high on Alec Pierce. Was high on him coming out of Cincinnati. Really good deep threat. We're just taking the risk on him getting some deep balls and some big plays in that spot. Coming back up, more depth at receiver, more young. We're going to go Tank Dell. Tank Dell balled out against the Patriots. He's an electric, fast dude. His really main concern was just his size. We knew he was a good route runner, an incredible athlete, super fast. It was just his size. He looks like he put on a little weight, and you're still worried about his size, but he's the best available right now, and it has a chance to have a really big role in Houston, so that's why I'm taking that bet. Now, I think what we're going to do is get one more running back, and then we'll get a backup quarterback, backup tight end. Like I said, I don't draft kickers defense if you watch my fantasy videos, because no one wants to see which kickers and defenses I'm taking, because I personally don't really care about it. I'm mostly a stream kicker defense kind of dude. I don't really care. So we're going to take a running back, quarterback, tight end, and then one other position probably to finish out this draft. Looking at who I want at running back, we are going to do the smart pick here and take Zach Evans because I took Cam Akers earlier. If anything were to happen to Cam Akers, is the Zach Evans show. I like Zach Evans coming out of TCU then to Ole Miss. Incredible athlete. So if anything were to happen to Cam Akers, we got Zach Evans there to hopefully hold him back. So if I'm going to take a backup, I might as well take one that will at least help my team if something happens to one of my running backs. So we got him there. Now we want a backup quarterback and a backup tight end. It's a good thing I pulled up this quarterback because there's only one quarterback that's going to play left. So we got Baker. We dodged a bullet there. We might have not had a backup quarterback, but we got the last quarterback who's actually going to play. I mean, there's a chance Will Levis, but look at these other names. Chase, I am a very big football nerd. I know football really well, I think. I have no idea who any of these guys are. Other than Will Levis, who's Chase Garbers, Jake Heaps, Joel Stowe? I think these are made up names. Is Chase Garbers even a real dude? He says he's on the Raiders. He can't be more than fifth string if he's on the Raiders because you got Derek Carr. I don't even know if Stidham's still there. Then you got Aiden O'Connell, Brian Hoyer. I don't even know who. Have all those guys gotten drafted already? What are we doing here? Kellen Mond's down here. I don't even know what we're doing here. Desmond Ridder, Trey Lance got drafted. I don't know, man. Who knows? I'm just going to move on. I'm going to get my backup tight end, and then we'll see who's left for our last pick. Backup tight end, this is an easy pick right here. Luke Schoonmaker. He's kind of injured going into the season. Looks like Ferguson's going to be tight end 1. Would not be surprised if Schoonmaker becomes tight end 1 at some point in this season. Maybe even earlier rather than later. Really just solid tight end coming out of Michigan. He's not the most athletic freak. He's not this, incredible receiver, not this incredible blocker, but he's just good at everything. He's a good blocker. He's a good tight end. He's a good athlete. I feel like that's what Dallas's draft was. Dallas's draft was they just got good players. They didn't shoot for the stars with a lot of high upside. They just got dudes who have a role and they're good at that role. That's what Luke Schoonmaker is. I think he's gonna be a good tight end. He's not gonna have that upside of a Kelsey, Andrews, or Pitts, but he's gonna be a good tight end that can get you some receptions and yards. So we'll take that. Then one more dude. We'll target look. Oh my gosh. I think there's something up with this list because there is no way some dude named Austin Carr, Derek Carr's long-lost cousin, is the number 1 available dude. I have never heard of Austin Carr in my life. I don't know what's going on with these ADPs. There's got to be someone better than Austin Carr available, right? What if we rookies only? There's got to be some rookies. No, I think these are made-up names. Someone let me know if you know who Austin Carr is because I have no idea. Oh my God, Freddie Stevenson. Who the hell is Freddie Stevenson? He got waived by the Bears, and he's our best available. I know who Rodney Anderson is. He's not on a team, but I know who he is at least. Oh my! Who's the best of? Freddie Stevenson is the best available player. You gotta be pulling my strings. What are we doing here? I just scrolled about 2 minutes. I haven't recognized a single name on this list. We're just gonna keep scrolling until I find someone I know. Tajay Sharp. I know who Tajay Sharp is. He's not on a team, though. Is anyone on a team? That's what we're looking for in our last pick. We're seeing if anyone is on. What about rookies? Are there any, there's got to be some. I think they messed up. There's no way, all these rookies have even gotten drafted. I get Cedric Tillman has been drafted. Butte got drafted. Maybe they have all been drafted. Maybe I'm going crazy. I'm going to. I don't even know. We're going to take what defense? There's no defenses available. So maybe I'm on rookies. So we're going to take a defense. I say don't take kickers or defenses, but I don't even know the players still left available. So we're going to take a defense. Who do the Chargers play week 1? They got Miami. Staying away from that one. The Bears, who do we got? We got Green Bay. That could be, we're playing against Jordan Love. I'll take them. We'll take the Bears. Anyways, that's going to be the draft. Let's go ahead and take a look at this team. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful team. We got Justin Fields. This team looks awful. Listen, you know the strategy. You know what happened. There's a reason. I'm not that bad at drafting. Okay, it was the draft. We got Justin Fields, Cam Akers, Khalil Herbert. Not the greatest running back core, but we got Jalen Waddle and Jahan Dotson are two really good. That 1 and 2 receivers really good for this draft that we did. I like that. Sam Laporta, I'm very happy with that tight end. Mingo, a high upside flex that I really like. The Bears defense. And we got some solid depth. I think Jerome Ford, if anything were to happen, Nick Chubb, like I said, Alec Pearson, Tank Dell are just solid. Zach Evans is a good handcuff for Cam Akers. Baker's at least a backup quarterback. And then Schoonmaker's a solid backup tight end. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this. If you want to see me do any more like fun mock drafts like this, like maybe I do one where I draft only rookies or something, see how good of a team we can build, let me know in the comments. I'm going to keep pumping out videos. Make sure if you enjoy them to like, subscribe, and go check out all my other videos. I do a combination of like draft, college, and fantasy. I'm mostly doing fantasy stuff for like the draft season here. Once the actual season starts, I'm probably going to phase away from fantasy and not really do any fantasy and more focus on college football, NFL draft, and just NFL stuff. So enjoy this fantasy while you got it because it's not going to last for a while. I'll see you guys in the next video though, and thank you so much for watching and enjoying.